For nearly a decade, one local couple has been sharing the best things to experience here in Western PA on their blog. We're so happy to have Jeremy and Angie Jones of Discover the Burgh here with us today. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So how did you guys start your journey of Discover the Burgh?
Oh, that was a fun one because, I've been blogging on other websites for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
And one is a travel site, and we go travel the world and, do fun things, but we realized that we never, went out and did more than the same 5 things at home here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So we kind of got the idea of why don't we kind of do a general travel type site where we give ourselves the goal of doing everything in Pittsburgh and Southwest PA. So every week we went out and started doing 3 or 4 new things a week, and cut to 8 years later, and now we've done about 1,200 things in Southwest PA. So it's been kind of a fun journey. Like we discover so many new things that we didn't even know were there just by driving around and seeing what's out there.
So Angie, Jeremy started this. He really wanted to dive into blogging. What about for you? What was this process like, jumping on board? I mean, did you find that this was a way to connect on a different level, just because you're out experiencing new things?
Yeah. It's kind of like how we, like you said, how we approach traveling, kind of like, having that shared experience of doing something new together. So it kind of like, it definitely kind of enlivened our relationship and brought a new aspect to it. So.
Although sometimes she wants to go back to favorite places, and I'm like, we have to go do something
Yes,
new.
that is the
I
challenge.
just want to go,
Well,
go to a
it's like
favorite spot.
Going to your restaurant where they have that one dish that's your favorite, and you want to try something else, but how could you not order the meatloaf? That's me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with some of the big events happening this month, because you guys really dive into some of the fun things, and this is a great way to get us out. So the Asian Lantern Festival is coming up.
Yeah, it starts tomorrow actually at the Pittsburgh Zoo. I think it's the 3rd or 4th year it's coming up. It's a nighttime event, which is really cool for the zoo because you're not going to be seeing any animals, but you're going to be seeing really tall Asian lanterns. They have a section typically that's always Asian art themed, but this year the theme for the event is World of Wonders. It's tied in with the zoo's 125th anniversary, so they're going to have some cool themed international things, and as travelers we're really excited. But it doesn't open until tomorrow, so I don't really know what those are, but we are going tomorrow night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool too? If you go during the day, you can see those in the daytime, so you can see the intricacies, and then at night they light up and they're gorgeous. Petal Pittsburgh, this is another one.
Yes, this is one of our favorite events. Yeah, so we're huge into biking. We love going out on the weekends to different trails and things, but this is a really special event. It's a fundraiser for Bike PGH, and it's actually their 30th anniversary this year. So you basically sign up and you get access to all of these routes. It's the last Sunday in August.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if you're a really experienced biker. They have routes ranging from like 7 miles all the way up to 60 if you're, like super pro into biking. But
there's 20 and 42 in between.
yes, so we usually stick to about like 40 miles, but it's a great event because if you're not comfortable with riding on surface roads, you have the strength in numbers of a lot of other people doing it with you, and there's support stations throughout. So it's just a fantastic event.
And I've been hearing so much about the next event, and this is Hamlet, and it's set in such an interesting place.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so this one is taking place, Quantum Theater is putting it on at Carey Furnace. So we have been to Carey Furnace several times. Of course, it's the ruins of the historic blast furnaces. But we've never seen theater there, so we're really interested to see what Quantum Theater does for this production. They're kind of famous and known for putting on shows in weird, kind of offbeat venues. So they're not just in theaters; they're all over the city, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, they add this quirkiness to their productions that is just next level.
Hamlet with a blast furnace in the background.
Yeah.
I love it. We're going next week. I'm so pumped for it.
It adds a darkness that you kind of need when you're watching Hamlet. And then this is really great too. 3 for free museums.
Yep. Yeah. So the 3 museums are Children's, Warhol, and the. I just blanked on that one. What was the other one? It's the Warhol.
Heinz Center.
Oh, Heinz Center. Yes.
Yes, they all won USA Today's 10 Best Reader poll for Best Museum in various different categories. So this month, admission is free, thanks to RAD. So anyone who's been wanting to go to one of those museums and hasn't been able to, you can go in for free. And it's all free, but they do want you to reserve in advance just because it can get busy.
But it's free.
Demand.
Yeah, the doors come wide open, don't they? And you both have a few places that people should check out too, as well as far as restaurants go.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to start with the first.
Yes. So we're really excited about Jack's Bakery. So he has been around for several years now, doing pop-ups and farmers markets. So the funny backstory about this is that we've actually traveled to Bulgaria, and when we were there, we had all these amazing pastries. There's a bakery on every corner, literally, and we just fell in love with all the bakeries. We came back to Pittsburgh and we're surprised to see him.
He's a Bulgarian baker.
Yeah, he's
so
a Bulgarian
he
baker.
makes all of our favorite baked goods. So we went up to him and just started gushing about banitsa and some
All
of
of
your
that.
other
Yeah, and he
favorite
was very,
dishes.
I think he was very surprised that we'd had Bulgarian pastries in Bulgaria. But so he's opening a storefront, and so it's going to be in Bloomfield right next to Trace Brewing. So we're very excited, and it's going to be coming this fall.
This fall, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not open just yet, but hopefully in the next couple months. But he's still doing pop-ups. He's still doing, I believe, Squirrel Hills, Wickley, and East Liberty.
Well, thank you both for coming on today. This was really fun
Thanks
and
for
kind of
having us.
opened our eyes to some things to do. And to follow Jeremy and Angie's journeys, you can check out some of the places and events that we mentioned today. We're going to have information on Discover the Burgh at kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.